Okay, so we're diving into something pretty intense this time. You sent over this YouTube video, right? From the Napoleon Hill channel titled, Force Yourself to Keep Going.
Mhm.
And wow, I mean, just that title alone, that's a statement. It's like getting real with yourself about those moments when you just want to quit, when your goals feel impossible.
Yeah, totally. And, we could just recap the video, but I think what's more helpful is to go deeper. Like, extract the core principles, the really actionable advice, so you can actually use it right now to push through those roadblocks and actually reach your goals.
I like that. So the video starts with this image of a fork in the road. You've got this familiar, comfortable path, and then there's this other one, this unknown path that leads to everything you really want. It's like a classic metaphor, but it really sets the scene for those big decisions we all face.
Right, and what Hill does right away is warn against this advice to always play it safe. Like he's saying, true growth, the kind that leads to big achievements, doesn't happen if you stay comfortable. It happens when you embrace the challenges, the potential for pain, the unknown. It's out there in the mess.
And it's so true, right? You feel it in your gut. You're on the edge of something big, and there are all these voices, maybe your own doubts, maybe other people telling you to play it small, to stay where it's safe. So this two roads analogy, it really puts our goals into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And then Hill goes straight to the heart of it. He says, success comes down to one thing, the decision to keep going. Like not just when you feel motivated, but when you want to stop, when it's hard. It's that conscious choice that leads to real change.
I love how he uses the example of Abraham Lincoln. Like we all think of Lincoln as this amazing leader, but his life was a struggle, full of setbacks, business failures, defeats in elections, personal tragedies. He was constantly getting knocked down.
But the key, as Hill points out, is that Lincoln never let those defeats define him. He kept going. It wasn't easy. But that refusal to give up, to let hardship be the final word, that's what changed history.
And it's not just Lincoln, right? He mentions all these successful people, authors who were rejected tons of times, entrepreneurs who went bankrupt, athletes who trained in obscurity for years. And the point is, it wasn't just luck or some special talent that set them apart.
Exactly. They decided to keep going, to not let hardship be the end of their story. And that, he says, is the message for all of us. Don't quit. Don't give up on what you want, no matter how hard it gets.
I'm thinking about that idea of growth. Instead of avoiding the tough stuff, you actually walk straight through it. You embrace the discomfort, the rejection, and even when you fall, you find the strength to get back up.
Right. Like that's where the real transformation happens. And he actually reframes pain, not as something to avoid, but as something that can make you stronger. It's like a trainer pushing you to break down your weaknesses and build something better.
Okay, so you've made the decision to keep going. Now, what the video talks about finding your purpose, your why. Like you need a powerful reason to fuel that long-term effort, right?
Yes, and this is where it gets interesting. He's saying purpose isn't some nice to have. It's the fuel that drives you forward. Without it, even small challenges feel huge. But with a strong purpose, you can withstand almost anything.
And he uses Martin Luther King Jr. as this amazing example. His dream of equality, that purpose, was so strong that it inspired millions to fight for change.
And then he brings it back to you, the listener. He asks, what are you passionate about? What problems do you want to solve? What impact do you want to make on the world? Like these aren't just theoretical questions. Your answers are the building blocks of your purpose.
And you can't just think about it. He really emphasizes writing down your purpose, like making it tangible.
Putting it on paper, seeing it every day, is how you keep that fire alive. It becomes your compass, your anchor. It helps you stay on track, and it protects you when things get tough.
I like how he differentiates between motivation and purpose. Motivation can come and go, but purpose, that's the constant, the driving force that keeps you going, even when you're not feeling motivated.
He's saying greatness happens when your purpose is clear and your actions align with it. It's about living with intention.
So you've got your purpose, now what? The video talks about setting goals, right? Like, how do you translate that big vision into tangible steps?
Goals are the framework. They make your dreams seem real, attainable. He uses the analogy of a ship without a compass. You might have an idea where you want to go, but without a clear direction, you'll just drift.
And goals aren't just wishes. He says they're promises you make to yourself. Like, you're taking control of your future instead of leaving it to chance.
And he talks about the moon landing. Like, this incredible achievement wasn't one big leap. It was a series of smaller goals, specific steps that led to the final outcome. That same principle applies to our own goals, no matter how big or small.
So he says, write down your goals. Be specific about what you want to achieve, when you want to achieve it, and why it matters to you. Break those big goals down into smaller milestones, right?
It's about staying focused on what you can do right now. Each milestone you hit, you build confidence and prove to yourself that you can make progress.
And the video emphasizes that real change usually doesn't happen overnight. It's about consistent effort, one step at a time. And when your motivation dips, your goals are there to remind you where you're going and why.
So start now. Pick one goal. Pick one small action you can take today and just start.
But of course, once you start taking action, you're probably going to face criticism. The video talks about dealing with that negativity and staying committed, right, Coffin?
Yeah, criticism is almost inevitable when you're aiming for something big. What's interesting is how he explains where that criticism often comes from.
It's not always about you, right? He says it often comes from other people's limitations and fears. They're projecting their own doubts onto you. Like, he gives the examples of Galileo and Einstein, these brilliant minds who faced so much resistance because their ideas were revolutionary.
And the lesson there is that other people's judgment often reflects their own limits, not yours. Don't let their doubts become your own.
So it's about learning to distinguish between constructive criticism, which can actually help you, and the stuff that's just meant to tear you down.
Right. Welcome feedback that's meant to help you grow, but ignore negativity that's rooted in fear or insecurity. And he talks about commitment in the face of criticism. It's about having the courage to keep going, even when people doubt you.
Let those doubts fuel your determination. Let your success be your answer to the critics. Because the world changes, because people push forward, even when they face rejection.
Think about it. Every significant change, every new idea was probably met with resistance at first. The people who change the world are the ones who don't give up.
So, okay, you're committed. You're pushing through the criticism. But we all know the path to success isn't a straight line.
Right.
The video talks about the need to adapt and grow along the way.
Absolutely. Life is unpredictable. Plans change. Unexpected obstacles pop up. He says adaptability is crucial, not just for surviving, but for thriving. Like, will you adapt and evolve or get left behind?
And they bring up Dwight D. Eisenhower as an example, not just the wartime general, but also as president. Like, he had to make tough decisions, navigate a changing world, and adapt his approach to succeed.
He had that strategic flexibility. He wasn't rigidly attached to one plan. Whether it was building the interstate system or dealing with the Cold War, he understood how to bend without breaking.
So it's about being willing to unlearn old ways and constantly learn new things. Don't get stuck in your ways.
Right. Your core principles, your values, those can be your anchor. But your strategies, those need to be flexible. The video says adaptability is a sign of intelligence, not weakness.
It's about embracing change and knowing you can figure things out as you go. Because the world is constantly changing, and the people who thrive are the ones who can adapt.
Right. You don't want to be broken by unexpected obstacles. You want to be able to navigate them, to turn them into opportunities.
Now, building on all of this, the video goes into the importance of self-belief.
This is like the foundation of everything. He says without self-belief, every step feels uncertain, every challenge feels impossible, doubt will stop you in your tracks.
He uses Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. Like, he believed it before he achieved it, and that belief helped him become a legend.
It's not about arrogance. It's about a deep, unshakable conviction in yourself, your worth, and your ability to achieve your goals.
And it starts with how you talk to yourself, right? Practice positive self-talk. Tell yourself, I am capable, I'm worthy, I'm getting stronger.
And back it up with evidence. Remember the times you succeeded, the challenges you overcame. Those are proof of your strength. And act as if you've already achieved your goals. That belief can actually change your reality.
He reminds us that legends aren't just born. They cultivate that self-belief. And they hold on to it, even when they stumble, even when they doubt themselves.
There's almost nothing that can stop someone who truly believes in their purpose, their potential, their power.
And of course, there will be setbacks. That's where resilience comes in.
Resilience is that ability to bounce back, to rise after a fall. He uses Thomas Edison as the example. Thousands of failed attempts to invent the light bulb.
And that famous quote, right? I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's resilience. He didn't see those failures as defeats. He saw them as learning experiences.
Resilience is about seeing obstacles as thresholds, as challenges that make you stronger.
Pain and struggle aren't the enemy. They're opportunities to grow, to build mental toughness, to develop your spirit.
Every time you fall and get back up, you come back stronger. It becomes harder and harder to keep you down.
Now, all of these elements tie into mindset, don't they?
Mindset is how you see the world. It shapes your path. A negative mindset will make you see everything as a problem. A positive mindset will help you see opportunities.
He compares the mind to a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds, and your mindset is the soil.
You have the power to choose what you plant in your mind. Nurture positive thoughts and weed out the negative ones.
The people who achieve great things have trained their minds to see struggle as growth and failure as feedback.
Feed your mind with inspiration, positive influences. Encourage yourself. True success isn't just about external achievements. It's about mastering your inner world.
Take control of your mind. Stop reacting and start creating. Turn those obstacles into stepping stones.
Now, here's the thing. Ideas without action are worthless.
You can have the best plan in the world, but if you don't act, nothing happens. The world rewards doers, the people who make things happen.
And the biggest regret is often the things we didn't do, the chances we didn't take.
So many dreams are buried under procrastination and fear.
That first step doesn't have to be perfect. Just take it. Start where you are with what you have.
Action builds momentum. Every step you take builds confidence.
And it's consistent action that leads to greatness. So take action now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist.
Your legacy will be built on what you do, not what you thought about doing.
So to wrap up this deep dive, we've talked about the importance of deciding to keep going, of having a clear purpose, setting goals, staying committed despite criticism, being adaptable, believing in yourself, being resilient, mastering your mindset, and above all, taking action.
These are the core principles we extracted from this Napoleon Hill video. It's a powerful framework for overcoming challenges and achieving your goals.
Now, we want to leave you with this. Think about which principle resonates with you the most right now. What's one small action you can take today to embody that principle? And remember that image of the fire. What discomfort are you willing to go through to achieve your dreams?